It's a lesion.
And the big green thing in the middle of the bigger blue thing on a map is an island. I was hoping for something a bit more creative.
Shouldn't we be speaking to the patient before we start diagnosing?
Is she a doctor?
No, but
Everybody lies.
Dr. House doesn't like dealing with patients.
isn't treating patients why we became doctors?
No, treating illnesses is why we became doctors. Treating patients is what makes most doctors miserable.
So you're trying to eliminate the humanity from the practice of medicine?
If we don't talk to them, they can't lie to us. And we can't lie to them. Humanity is overrated. I don't think it's a tumor.
First year medical school, if you hear hoofbeats, you think horses, not zebras.
Are you in first year medical school? No. First of all, there's nothing on the CAT scan. Second of all, if this is a horse, then her kindly family doctor in Trenton makes the obvious diagnosis and it never gets near this office. Differential diagnosis, people. If it's not a tumor, what are the suspects? Why couldn't she talk?
Aneurysm, stroke, or some other ischemic syndrome.
Get her a contrast MRI.
Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease?
Mad cow.
Mad zebra.
Wernicke's encephalopathy.
No. Blood thymine level was normal.
Lab in Trenton could have screwed up the blood test. I assume it's a corollary of people lie that people screw up.
Redraw the blood tests and get her scheduled for that contrast MRI ASAP. Let's find out what kind of zebra we're treating here. Told you. Can't trust people.
I knew she was allergic to gadolinium. Figured it was an easy way to get someone to cut a hole in her throat.
Can't get a picture. I have to get 1,000 words.
You actually want me to talk to the patient? Get a history?
We need to know if there's some genetic or environmental causes triggering an inflammatory response.
I thought everybody lied.
Truth begins in lies. Think about it.
That doesn't mean anything, does it? Good.
Am I ever going to meet Dr. House?
Oh, you might run into him at the movies or on a bus.
Is he a good man?
He's a good doctor.
Can you be one without the other? Don't you have to care about people?
Caring is a good motivator. He's found something else. Feel this, both sides? Okay, squeeze. Harder. All right.
He's your friend, huh?
Yeah,
Does he care about you?
I think so.
You don't know?
As Dr. House likes to say, everybody lies.
It's not what people say. It's what they do.
Yeah, he cares about me.
I can't see. I can't see.
Little help in here?
Why did the patient bleed out?
The clotting studies so far are normal.
Well, cover your ears if you don't want me to spoil the ending. Everything was normal, except for prolonged PT time, which means what?
Usually it means whoever drew the blood didn't do it right.
Oh, that's right, because you drew the blood. But you were precise, because you knew the tube was purely for the PT study.
That's right.
And I'm right with you. I trust this result for 2 reasons. A, because you are a good doctor. And B, because 5 milligrams of IV Haldol makes for a spectacularly cooperative patient. The prolonged PT time makes me think she's got a vitamin K deficiency.
Vitamin K would explain the bleed, but not the clot.
Without vitamin K, protein C doesn't work. Without protein C, she clots. Clotting and thinning all at the same time.
What about another drug interacting with heparin? An antibiotic like ampicillin? That would cause a
Clever,
bleed.
but she's not on ampicillin,
2 months ago, she complained of a sore throat and he got her ampicillin.
which she refused to take.
He just said she didn't take it. What is it? Everybody lies except for schizophrenics and their children?
It's more likely than malnourishment. Why not scurvy or the plague?
Gee, I wish my idea was as cool and with it as yours. What is yours, by the way? Do you have one?
Alcohol. Simple. It causes immobility, which explains the DVT. It also causes cirrhosis, which explains the bleed and the prolonged PT time. Let's ultrasound the liver.
3 theories. Check out our place for ampicillin and diet, then ultrasound her liver. Let's find out who's right before she bleeds to death.
Why did you order the second AIDS test?
Standard procedure.
Oh, well, that's you, Mr. Standard Procedure. You suspected the first test was a false positive?
I knew he was going to Africa, and I figured he was vaccinated for Hep A and B that could cause a false positive.
Yeah, but you knew that before you ordered the first test. What changed?
I should have ordered both.
You were sure he had AIDS. Then you talked to him, then you had doubts. What did he say?
He said he had not engaged in any risky behavior.
Huh. And you believed him?
Well, he didn't have any reason to lie.
Everybody lies, except politicians? House, I believe you're romantic. You didn't just believe him, you believed in him. Do you want to come over tonight and watch old movies and cry? Dr. Cameron's getting to you. Well, I guess you can't be around that much niceness and not get any on you.
Is that why you haven't put the moves on her?
What makes you think I haven't put the moves on her? Oh. Oh, boy. You're in trouble.
Hey. You didn't fall off the swings when you were 8.
6.
Ever.
Take that back.
We have to talk. You had an epileptic seizure. That's how you bit your tongue.
I haven't had a seizure since I...
What medication did you take?
No seizure since I was 6. No drugs since I was 10.
Yeah, that's it. Don't worry about what the question is. Don't worry that you're starting to feel dizzy. Just stay on message.
My mother used to call it funny something.
Phenytoin?
Yeah.
Okay, you're okay. It's okay. Everybody lies. Sorry about that. Guy dying.
Those pills you gave Myron, they're not working.
Well, good to see you got the correct perspective on the thing.
Well, the old ones, made me feel like a tree, huh?
Nice visual.
But the new ones, might as well be eating candy.
Candy wouldn't take away your headaches.
What?
You came to me and told me that you were having too much sex.
I never did.
You too, Sequoia.
Well, no, that's not true.
I know everybody lies, but you'd think that after a certain amount of time together, you wouldn't be trying so hard. Your rings don't match.
Well, why would they?
Well, style is one thing, but one silver, one gold. How long have you guys been married?
49 years.
Damn it, you're having an affair.
Did you really say you wanted to have less sex?
Well, less. If I wanted none, I'd stay home with Esther.
I just need a little rest.
You guys aren't the victims of the little blue pills. You're the problem.
I'm sorry.
Me too. I should just have told you how I felt.
Oh, welcome to hell.
Wait. The guy's dying and all he cares about is his dog?
Any of you guys go the dog route in your improv sessions? It's a basic truth of the human condition that everybody lies. The only variable is about what. The great thing about telling someone they're dying is that it tends to focus their priorities, find out what matters to them, what they're willing to die for, what they're willing to lie for.
Any thoughts? Foreman, you gonna contribute? Or are you too tired from stealing cars? I'm being House. It's funny.
I know. You made milk come out of my nose.
Morning. You guys got the file? What's wrong?
Previous tests revealed nothing that would cause abdominal pain or the mood swings.
Then we're done. What do you think? Ball game? Zoo? I don't care. I just want to hang with you guys.
What about drugs? His tox screen on admission showed a massive amount of chloral hydrate.
Yeah, sorry. That was me. I had to dope him up to get him in here. Guy doesn't think he's sick.
Who does?
His wife.
The woman you used to live with.
That's her Indian name. On her driver's license, it's Stacy. I assume you have a point.
You believe her over the patient himself. That's why we're taking this case.
The truth? I hear voices all the time telling me to do stuff. It's crazy, huh?
What happened to Everybody Lies?
I was lying. Do the things, blah, 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 all that stuff the other docs did. If that's negative, ultrasound his belly. If that's negative, CT his abdomen and pelvis, with and without contrast. Did I miss anything?
Kitchen sink?
Well, we could certainly give that... Oh, you minx.
What is it, Clarence?
My gut.
Would you describe it as a shooting pain, a throbbing pain, or maybe an imaginary pain because you don't want to go back to prison?
Or does it hurt?
My gut, I feel like I'm getting stabbed.
Well, he'd know. Let me take a look.
Oh, so everybody lies except a convicted murderer?
I don't think he's faking this stuff. What do you think, Doctor?
You've got a leak. The press is all over the Jeff Forster story.
On the off chance that one of you was stupid enough to call from your own office, I'm pulling your phone records, including your cell phones.
I assume if I point out the fact that you have no right to do that, you'll interpret that as a sign of guilt.
Wilson's chatty. Plus, he's got 2 ex-wives to support. You want me to tell him he's fired?
Until we figure out who's behind this, I'm sitting in with you guys. You have the ethics of a 4-year-old. I'm going to treat you like one.
How am I supposed to practice medicine with a lawyer sitting on my shoulder?
Responsibly.
You know I can't do that.
Cameron.
I'm not the league.
Somebody once told me that everybody lies, since you're the only people who know he has cancer.
He doesn't have cancer.
The point is, you're his medical team. He's threatening to sue.
Why would Cameron leak cancer? How does cancer make the guy look bad?
Aphasia and fluid in the lungs. Seizure can't cause both.
Neither can a stroke.
Unless he had an abnormal heart rhythm.
And then there was one. Urine test is positive for amphetamines.
Amphetamines don't cause pulmonary edema.
They do if you smoke them.
Well, in one of his books, he talked about giving up drugs and alcohol, how it changed his life.
Everybody lies.
I have to go tell House.
No. Cuddy, you can't tell him.
I have to tell him. He was right.
Why did you do it? Why did you think he might be right?
Because he's House?
Medically, what made you think he was right?
Nothing.
He got lucky. That's all that happened. Telling him no was a good thing, because next time he won't get lucky, he'll kill someone. Just because he was right doesn't mean he wasn't wrong.
I see him every day. I can't just...
Everybody lies.
Shall we go somewhere to talk?
House is an ass, but he obviously needs pain medication. And how much pain one person feels is not a call the government should be making.
So you think I'm a bureaucrat with a badge following some arbitrary guideline?
Yeah, I do.
So you're saying I should just trust him? Do you?
You're not qualified to
I'm
make
not sure
that...
you are either. I've been a cop for 20 years. And not a day goes by that someone doesn't try to sell me some self-serving story. If you had my job, you'd know. Everybody lies.
Everybody lies. His tox screen.
It's been clean every time.
Exactly. It shouldn't be. He's had extensive skin grafts which hurt like hell.
Not everybody's House. People can handle pain without medication.
But they do have pain. This guy's worried about losing his job, so he's hiding the pain. We find out where the pain is, maybe we find out what the problem is.
Or he doesn't feel pain.
Either way, it's something.
You can't let a dying man take solace in his beliefs.
His beliefs are stupid.
Everybody lies. Some for good reasons, some for bad. This would have been a fantastic reason to lie.
Hi, Greg House.
Why can't you just let him have his fairy tale? If it gives him comfort to imagine beaches and loved ones and life outside a wheelchair...
There's 72 virgins, too.
It's over. He's got days, maybe hours left. What pain does it cause you if he spends that time with a peaceful smile? What sick pleasure do you get in making damn sure he's filled with fear and dread?
You shouldn't be making a decision based on a lie. Misery is better than nothing.
You don't know there's nothing. You haven't been there.
Oh, God, I am tired of that argument. I don't have to go to Detroit to know that it smells.
Yes, Detroit, the afterlife. Same thing.
It's child abuse.
Honesty?
There's a reason that everybody lies. It works. It's what allows society to function. It's what separates man from beast.
Oh, I thought that was our thumbs.
You want to know every place your mom's thumb has been?
I'm sorry, I missed rehearsal. Am I taking the truth is good side? Don't you usually take that part?
Lies are a tool. It can be used either for good... No, wait, I got a better one. Lies are like children. Hard work, but they're worth it because the future depends on it.
You are so full of love or something. When you care about someone...
You lie to them. You pretend that their constant, ponderous musings are interesting. You tell them they're not losing their boyish good looks or becoming worn out.
I stand corrected. And may I say, it's been a real pleasure chatting with you. Axilla's clean, surgical margins look clear, no lymphadenopathy, no masses, no nothing. It's not cancer.
It's cool he's a child molester?
It's cool a priest doesn't believe in God. It's cool that God did to him what he did to the kid.
Allegedly.
You think he's innocent?
He had honest eyes.
And you think he's guilty, which explains why you're dying to discharge him.
I'm dying to discharge him because he's not sick, not because he's a pedophile.
Allegedly.
You actually believe the kid got confused?
If everybody lies, that includes teenage boys.
Aren't we lucky to have such an interesting patient?
Had. There's nothing wrong with him.
World's most boring case just became a page turner. You want to tear out the last chapter?
You want to examine his character, go to his soup kitchen. We're done testing him for things he doesn't have.
Bad news for foreman at 13. I was with your boy toy on a stakeout last night.
You're with Lucas?
He needed someone who could diagnose a soft tissue injury from across the street. Apparently, he doesn't know any good doctors.
The ones he does know actually have lives outside of work.
Things got a little slow, so we made some wagers. One being whether I could get you to stop the miscegenation with an emergency page.
What made you think we'd...
Said you guys do it every morning.
Everybody lies, remember?
So you weren't actually...
Goodbye, House.
I'm gonna need a definitive answer before any money changes hands.
Sorry to interrupt, but the GRC called about the budgets. The pharmacy is still waiting, and your 8:30 just arrived on campus. He should be here in 10 minutes.
Figured this would be the one day he comes early. Can you proofread this for me?
What are you gonna find your own assistant?
Not today. Thank you. I'll be back in 5.
Hey.
Stuck? Bummer. Looks painful. Chamomile or English breakfast?
Would you stop being an ass and pull me out of here?
You didn't get my message earlier?
Yeah. But as someone once told me, everybody lies.
I'm fine. Just staying home, chillaxing.
Your patient died. You ignore my calls and you won't open the door. I don't think you're fine. I think you might be throwing away a drug-free year.
Or I'm ignoring you for a different reason. Sex with my girlfriend.
Will you please please let me in? Thank you. And since when did you start referring to hookers as girlfriends?
She's not a hooker.
What do you... What? Really?
Begins with C, ends with Uddy.
How many Vicodin have you taken?
I'm serious. Cuddy and I are now Cuddy and I. There's an I in Cuddy.
House, it's okay. Almost all addicts relapse a few times.
She's in my bedroom.
You're hallucinating, House.
Honey buns, we got company.
She has 3 screws in her right leg from a skiing accident she didn't tell us about. The MRI's magnetic field superheated the metal, causing 3rd-degree burns. Skin ruptured from internal heat pressure here.
It's not our fault. She signed the consent forms, denied there was any metal.
Normally I'd say it. Maybe this way it'll finally sink in. She wants to die. You cannot trust anything she says.
Treating the soft tissue injuries in her leg cost us most of the day. We also had to replace the screws.
And finding a pheochromocytoma without using the MRI could take us a week.
Longer if she doesn't stop lying to us. Or we could figure out a way to find it in the 39 hours left on her psych hold.
You need to make her cooperate. You have to offer her something she wants.
She wants to kill herself, House.
I could work with that. I'm meditating.
From where we're standing, it looked like sleeping.
We can't find her old medical records.
You woke me up for that.
We woke you up because it doesn't matter. Alice is refusing any more treatment. She doesn't want the surgery.
She kicked us out.
Why would she lie about the accident?
Everybody lies.
Everybody has a reason. Why are you late? Your next dental appointment isn't until January, and you just saw your GP 8 days ago. I think stage 4 glioblastoma in an 8-year-old could disappear in 3 weeks.
I had a flat tire. Your patient has cancer?
Your tires got less than 5,000 miles on them. No, and neither is my patient's daughter.
I hit a piece of rebar near a construction site. In 3 weeks? It's highly unlikely.
There's no construction site between here and your home. I agree. I think it was a misdiagnosed cyst.
But there is one between here and my dry cleaner. It could be a misdiagnosis, or it could be spontaneous remission, but why would I lie about this?
I don't know yet, but you would have dropped off your tie. It's got a mustard stain.
I was buying an engagement ring. I'm going to propose to Sam at the wedding.
That is the second stupidest thing I've heard today. I'm surprised how close you came. You don't need to buy her a new ring. Isn't the first one good for all you can marry?
I assume you haven't apologized to Cuddy yet. Your stupidity demands equal time.
Nothing to apologize for.
Pretend to apologize.
You want me to lie?
There's a lovely symmetry to it. A lie got you into it, a lie gets you out of it.
Everybody lies. I'm sure Cuddy just need to give her a chance.
Good work today. Don't even think your patient's gonna sue. Looks like everybody's happy.
I've been an idiot. I got this argument stuck in my head. If everybody lies, then trust is not only unfounded and pointless, it's fictional. But trust is not an argument that can be won or lost. Maybe I just have to suspend my cynicism and believe. Maybe it's time I took a leap of faith. I'm sorry. I won't lie to you again.
Thank you.
I didn't kill anybody. I have to be here, so I figured I'd punch up the stakes in the first act. But we did, and almost always do, search the patient's home. And if we tell them first, then they can hide something that we need to know in order to figure out what's wrong with them.
Why would they hide something that could be killing them?
Because they are morons. They're all morons, everybody lies.
Wait, if everybody lies, then that means you're lying right now.
I didn't say everybody always lies, Aristotle. And on that note, unless there are any questions, good.
Oh, Dr. Harani. Before you finish, maybe you could describe what you actually do. You know, like if someone comes in for a routine physical.
You want routine?
Please.
Male patient went into VFib, but shows no signs of heart disease or any other symptoms for that matter.
What was he doing? His heart decided to do the mambo.
He said he was at work.
You're late.
According to my calendar, I'm a week early.
Beard's a nice touch. Lets everyone know that you're not a teenage girl. Oh, now you two make a cute couple. And you two... It's not important.
Dr. Park, you're a lot taller than I thought you'd be.
And I look forward to working with you as well.
He's lying. Not just Taub, the patient. He has abrasions on his knees. They're minty fresh. About 10 hours old.
He got them playing flag football.
He said he got them playing flag football. I'm sure that's true if flag is a euphemism for penis and football is a euphemism for entering a vagina.
Why lie about it?
Everybody lies.
Speaking of which, how many are two baby girls?
Wow, twins, congratulations.
Awkward. He knocked up two different women at the same time. At least he thinks he did. So you had the DNA tested yet?
Why would I? They look just like me.
But they will grow. Find out what else he's lying about. Do an exercise test, see if you can get him to go back into VFib again.
But we could end up causing another cardiac arrest.
Hopefully. And we'll know what to set it off.
He means it's better to do it here where we can revive him than have it happen somewhere else.
The prodigal son is returned. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go slaughter a fatted calf for lunch.
She was in a car accident when she was 2. She only got minor injuries, but her father died.
That was 12 years ago. You think that's pertinent?
No, I think it's sad. She got sick in the middle of her 14th birthday party. Which is sad and pertinent. Maybe she was opening a present that triggered the reaction.
Whose house?
Pissing contest with foreman.
Last thing she ate was strawberry cake, but allergy tests for everything were negative.
You like your dentist? I'm still going to my pediatric one. What's your dentist's name?
Williams.
What if it's not an allergic reaction? Hereditary angioedema or systemic mastocytosis could mimic anaphylaxis.
You're not sure of his name? You just saw him this morning.
The assistant's name is Angie. Her home number is...
Normal complement studies, no skin lesions.
You had a manicure. This is fresh. You weren't at the dentist. Why would you lie about that?
To avoid having this conversation.
Elevated BP. What about pheochromocytoma?
Or an anaphylactoid reaction which could be triggered by certain opioids.
You've had your hair cut 3 times since I've met you. You can't be embarrassed about a manicure. There's gotta be a deeper reason.
Did the house give you homework?
She's not on any meds.
Haven't you heard? Everybody lies.
And the tox screen was clean.
Feel free to jump in at any time.
We'll check catecholamines for pheo and run an expanded opioid panel. You see what the patient says about drug use when her mother's out of the room.
Why doesn't Chase have to be here?
Think he knows anything about women who don't want to have sex?
Hormone levels are normal. This woman seems perfectly healthy. What does it matter if she says she's asexual?
It's the fundamental drive of our species. Sex is healthy. Orgasms oxygenate the brain, lighting up over 30 different areas and making us forget how boring Susie Cooper is. That last one may not be universal.
How about damage to her spinal cord blocking the signals from her genitals?
Sex drive is in the brain. I suppose it could be psychological intimacy issues caused by childhood abuse.
She's been sharing a toilet with the same guy for the last 10 years.
It's not the same. Sex releases oxytocin. It's a neurochemical basis for bonding.
And that's why men always marry their right hands.
It's different for girls.
No, it's not. I've tapped over 30 guys and never wanted to see most of them again. I live next to a Jewish frat.
We are veering wildly off track. Please continue.
This woman's life is probably better off without sex. Eliminates most of her insecurities, she's immune to most advertising, and can have honest relationships with men.
Not a lot of them.
We've run every test and ruled out all the options. You're gonna have to accept she just doesn't want sex.
Lots of people don't have sex. The only people who don't want it are either sick, dead, or lying.
So maybe she's lying. You think she's had a boyfriend on the side?
For 10 years, sticking around the whole time doesn't make sense. What does?
8:30? Everybody lies. Higher or lower?
Sounds like a very diplomatic way of saying he's lazy.
That's also true. Either way, I'm covered. If you want an accurate patient history, don't ever talk to the patient. Everybody lies. Except me. To you. Would never do that.
Okay, say you're right. If you had actually been in the room questioning the patient, you could read body language, you could ask follow-up questions, warn him of the costs of lying to you.
Don't forget the thumb screws.
Can you dispute the possibility that had you visited the patient sooner, maybe talked to the wife, been directed to one of the students, that this case might have ended very differently?
Oh, you really look like crap.
Been fighting a cold lately. 7 to 10 days for the swelling to go down, and we rescan and schedule the surgery.
I seem to recall I said some things to you.
You talked a lot. I stopped listening after you confessed your fear of dolphins. Can we just tone down the bromance a few notches? My leg is killing me.
One last favor. I'd like to actually make it to the bathroom this time. Ugh. Oh. Thought you said you had plenty of Vicodin.
Everybody lies.
So, the way I felt, you feel that, what, most of the time? Really does suck being you, doesn't it?
At least I don't have cancer.
This is the address House's patient cave?
Everybody lies. You smell smoke?